Hey, you guys, this is Tina Harlow with Guiding Bright, and I am here with Caleb Page, who has homeschool-curriculum.org, and he's going to chat with us a little bit about the option of homeschooling for parents who might be thinking about that. So tell us a little bit about some of the reasons that people might choose homeschooling for their child.
Yeah, well, Tina, it's kind of interesting. I'll just hold that.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. Many people initially homeschool for a reason because they're uncomfortable with what's happening in their school. They're uncomfortable with, really, my child might be bullied, might have wrong influences. They may want to have more control over the education, a faith-based, or just they have different values that they want to communicate. So those are some of the reasons initially they homeschool. But then later on, as they start to homeschool, they realize that just the amazing power that they have to be able to participate in the learning experiences that their child can go through. And a child to have the comfort and the security of their home as they start out that day or morning and then venture out into other things can be really great for some homeschooling families.
That's awesome. So you homeschool your own kids, right?
Oh yeah, we homeschool our youngest, and I check him just about every couple of months or so, or especially in times of homeschool struggles, where we'll say, "Hey, do you just want to go back to school?" And then if we're struggling, he'll come to me a few minutes later and say, "Okay, Dad, let's do it." Or the other side of it is every time I check him and say, "Do you want to go to school?" He says, "Nope, I'm good right here."
So it's been a really good decision for your family, for him. So what do you feel like are some of the biggest benefits that you've gotten from making that decision for your family?
Yeah, well, the number one benefit is a benefit I won't see for another 15 years. And that's going to be the benefit of our child being able to understand that there's just a different way that we can live our lives, a way that may not be on the formula that we were all taught, yet it's a way that you can say I can learn how to learn, I can have happiness, I can see different paths to success that I just may not have been aware of in a regular mold. But immediately what we enjoy is the flexibility and freedom that we have. We're able to get into so many different experiences. We skied every day last winter. We intend to again this winter. We take vacations or trips for education. And then what we learn at home is really a dialogue, and I really participate in that.
That's great. So do you ever have parents that are kind of worried, or maybe they don't understand the legal aspects of homeschooling, and what do you say to them about that?
That's a great question. So on our site, we get about, 15 to 20,000 visitors a month. There are 500 or 600 pages of resources. So if you're watching, you want to check that out, homeschool-curriculum.org for the resources. But one of the questions we get asked a lot is, what do I have to do in my area? And the thing of it is, in the U.S., homeschooling is legal in every state, and that right has been defended and protected in every state. And in fact, there's a legal association that defends that right, continues to this day to help parents out if that's a problem. But really, the best thing is just call your school, call your district, say, I think I'm interested in this as one of my options. What will it take? And they'll tell you.
Okay, that is great. So there's lots of different options out there, folks, and if your child is really having a hard time in school, or if you just want to choose an alternative educational opportunity, homeschooling may be the thing for your family. So tell us a little bit about what you do, Caleb, in your business.
Sure. So what I do is I help parents who are committing to homeschooling. They're like just saying, hey, it's right around the corner. We know we're going to start. Or they've started and they're saying, I don't know what I got to do. What's the recipe here? And I help them to initially get through that day to how do you design a curriculum that works for your child, especially if your child has unique interests or abilities where you say, you know what, I really want something that's custom fit rather than, what I pull out of a box or order, just out of some catalog. And then after that, though, what we get into is how do we take our child from that point of homeschooling and, you're teaching to the child into a point where the child is managing their homeschooling experience and then eventually participating and choosing what it is they learn.
Wow. All right. So if people want to reach out to you to get some help on this decision, if they're struggling, how would they reach you?
Yeah. And so the way, again, go to our site, www.homeschool-curriculum.org, and you'll find different areas of information which you're interested in. At some point, there'll be a pop-up or something you're interested in. If you like it, share your email address and get back to you, or you can email me directly if you have a specific question, info@homeschool-curriculum.org.
Awesome. Thank you so much for doing this, and thank you for joining us. As always, I'd love to hear from you, so if you could reach out to me on my website. Whoa. have a little technical difficulties called wind. You can reach out to me on my website at www.guidingbright.com or on my Facebook page. And as always, remember, no matter what parenting challenges you face, you've got this. We'll see you next time.